Hello, hello, hello. It is the 17th of May, and we are officially back for another day, another life. Don't know what I'm saying, but it's all about the consistency and uploading every day. Today's been quite a slow day. I went to the gym and have some time to relax and ease into things. Spend time at home mostly, and with all things aside, spent time relaxing, which isn't the best. Don't get me wrong. It isn't a matter of me being lazy. I feel like I had pretty bad sleep last night, so I did recover or nap during during the afternoon, which, to be fair, didn't want to, but I feel like my body just needed it because I had such few less hours of sleep. Today's probably going to be a casual video, nothing intense, not a lot of topics to talk about other than kind of just practice what it means to be on a camera. It's always good to remind myself, like, even in these moments, a lot of the videos that I make, they're not going to be any good now, you know? But as long as I upload every day, with consistency and dedication, I will slowly improve. You know, I used to always think that I was good at things just naturally. Think it comes from a place of ego, 100%. Sometimes it's aligned to self-worth. You know, you sometimes can motivate yourself to do things and think, yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's easy. Like, I can do that. You know. But in reality, when you actually do things, it's actually a lot more harder and a lot more complicated than how things are. Yeah, you're not as good as you think you truly are. You know, you can see it with people who generally like are on podcasts and stuff. You can maybe see like the first 3 episodes that my god, what a tongue twister, that they've done in the past to now, where even people like who I watch, like Chris Williamson, talks about how he had to critically rewatch all his podcasts in the past, and be brutally honest with himself of what he needs to improve on and things that he needs to implement or do to improve his capabilities of being someone who hosts a podcast. And all respect to him. I mean, he's been doing it every day or every Sunday. I think like every Friday or Monday, something like that, twice a week for the last 4 years, which is pretty damn good because I can't imagine speaking for 4 hours to someone. For 4 hours, you have a back-to-back conversation with no breaks in between. So intense. Like, you sit down for 4 hours. How does anyone do that? Like, it's crazy. 4 hours of footage is insane. And 4 hours, I barely can speak to someone for 10 minutes. You know, for 10 minutes, I can barely talk to someone before I lose interest and they lose interest. But speaking on a podcast for 4 hours, I mean, I would love to speak to a podcast. I think this is quite a podcast. It's a podcast to myself. And I think you genuinely can just keep talking and talking and talking. And the reason I keep these videos quite concise and short because, of course, too, I have to upload this video next, and it is quite a hassle trying to upload an hour worth of footage. Second of all, sometimes, like, yeah, you do run out of things to say, you know? But there's always things going up in my head, up in my mind. I think there's always be topics to talk about. But that's been quite interesting. And yeah, it's always good to keep practicing, you know. I might not be successful this year, but this is the momentum that I need. A lot of the reason I want to do this is because I'm trying to implement the lifestyle of things, you know. The lifestyle. You know, I've always wanted to be successful being a content creator. And one thing that I've noticed is that I've never started because I've always had this high expectations, this idea that I think and I know that I can do these things, but I've never actually gone out and do it. And it's definitely accounts to the ego. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to break that down, you know, rather than thinking that I can do it and not doing it. Because when you know you can do something, it's weird. Intentionally, you actually don't go out and do something, you know. As human beings, we seek challenge. But if there's no challenge in the thing that we're trying to do, then we'll never do it because we don't see any reason. But I think that just comes from a perspective of fear and an ego, which is another conversation for another day. What I've been trying to do is record myself every day speaking to a camera. So as long as I've continued this, then I will slowly be implementing things more and more, you know. The fact that I've been consistent yesterday and today is what I plan as a content creator in the future that I will be doing. Recording myself every day. It won't maybe be of this nature, but it will be like a lifestyle of a content creator that I will be living. In essence, yeah, I'm a content creator even now. Am I proud of the things that I make? Not necessarily. Like the things that we make or the things that I'm making now isn't the highest quality. I think it is the most authentic. Like there is no one or there is nothing here that's edited, that's scripted, you know? It's just between me and you, between me and you, and that's the beauty of it. So it might not be the highest of quality, but I do favour this because it is the most authentic version that you'll see of myself, and there's quality in that, to be fair. But there's nothing to, you know, twists or videos or audio or little incremental edits or like a message behind this. I am just talking. And hopefully day by day this it is a lifestyle, you know? Like we have to understand we are human beings, and the lifestyle we used to live back in the day, we were farmers, and every day we used to wake up and we used to tend to our crops and feed our animals every single day for the rest of our lives. And I think we are by nature animals who do serve God, serve a purpose, and in similar sense, it in life we have to serve something, because we'll have quite a meaningless life, quite a selfish life, if we and only look to benefit ourselves. And that's why you see all these people who do drugs and they go a bit crazy, and a lot of them tend to be non-religious. I don't care. I don't necessarily I ain't necessarily that religious myself, but I do see a commonality between people who aren't religious and the people who are. And the people who are normally non-religious tend to have a lot more regrets, let's say. If you want to be successful, you need to live like the lifestyle of being successful. If you want to be anything in life, you have to embody that lifestyle. And that's the titles we give ourselves. We are a reflection of what we believe ourselves to be. If we believe ourselves to be happy, we will be happy. If we believe ourselves to be depressed, we will be depressed. If we believe ourselves to be athletes, then we will exercise, we will go gym. You know, Alex Hormozi says you have to, of course, in order to be confident, you have to create multiple examples. You must have done multiple days of multiple repetitions to become. You must need. I forgot. Goes along as you must have done the work and have repeated examples of you doing the work, such as achievements, countless and countless of times to be confident. And that's the same thing as being successful. If you want to define yourself as successful, you can't just sit down and do nothing. You have to have multiple examples of being successful. If you want to be an athlete, you have to have multiple examples where you've been an athlete. And as a content creator, it is the same thing. You must have multiple examples of also being a content creator, and examples like this of just uploading every single day will push me and allow me to define myself as a person as I want to be, you know. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But thank you for listening. If you're watching this, whoever's watching this, like and subscribe. And thank you very much. Take care.